I recently tilted my melody down to 0 trophies because I wanted to help out a friend with a mastery push. However, this got cancelled because the new brawler Jay Young, he just sucks. So we didn't go through with it. However, I'm willing to go through with my mastery push by mastering Melody. So that's exactly what I'm going to do in today's video. I'm going to get gold 3 mastery on Melody and claim her mastery title. Despite me tilting 0 trophies, this push will start at 620 trophies and around 5600 mastery. This was the final day of the play to win event, so Mastery Madness was still active. We shortly hit Silver 3 afterward, but not much happened besides us pushing up trophies. We hit the mastery cap at 755 trophies, but kept pushing farther so that way we could get more mastery points for tomorrow. We ended off on 849 trophies and 7,457 mastery. However, stay tuned because it gets a lot more action-packed. My goal for today was to hit tier max Melody, and obviously hit the mastery cap. I started off day 2 by playing Mega Pig with my clubmate Melted. I only chose Melody, and because of that, we didn't have the best performance, leading us to only getting 6 wins. I was then joined by Mumbo and Bristles, 2 familiar faces that have helped me in the past for these mastery pushes. However, this was going to be the hardest grind to hit the mastery cap. It was late at night, so our mind was already exhausted throughout the day. To make matters worse, Mumbo was playing Jay Young, which if you haven't experienced playing him, he's just terrible. In my opinion, he's a small damage buff. Anyways, we could not get anything going. As much of a skill issue this is, we were stuck in the 950 range and couldn't even hit tier max. As time went on, tension in the VC rose. Mumbo made a bad play, causing us to lose the game, and I blew my top. Oh my dude. Afterward, he made another bad play in Brawl Hockey. I lost it and left the lobby to finish the push on my own. I was getting surprising luck with randoms and eventually hit the mastery cap. However, I was 1 game off tier max, so to complete that goal, I hopped into 1 more game. This is how it went. And with that trick shot, sigh of relief, I was able to hit tier max on Melody, ending the day off on 13,457 mastery and 1,005 trophies. I started off day 3 with random since I had no one good online to play with. I tilted under tier max just because I wasn't warmed up. Eventually, I invited George, who was a viewer from my Twitch stream, and if you want to catch me live, then my Twitch will be in the description. Anyways, with George on my team, we were able to untilt and get back up to tier max. Eventually, George had to go, so I took a break. When I came back, I played with Mumbo and Melted. Despite the poor performance by Mumbo and me, he said he was tired and barely could keep his eyes open, so we tried again. However, things weren't working out. Eventually, Mumbo left. Melted and I eventually picked up a god random on Lola running the heal star power. With this, we were able to push up to 1k. We then invited the Lola to our team, but they had to go. We tried Gray instead of Buster, but that didn't work out. Then we got this game against a whole Masters team, and lost. And the game after that. Yeah, we lost. In the game after that, we got beat 100-13. With Melted talking and me not focusing, I left the VC and the team and took another break. Later that night, I joined Rai, which is someone that goes to my school, and to say the least, this boosted my mental and eventually allowed me to go on a huge streak. Eventually, they had to go, but I was around the 1,050 range, which is the most I've ever been at this point. With some more time that's passed, I hit gold 2, claiming that sweet mastery icon. When I was customizing my battle card, another person from school, Brooks, joined up. This was the start of making actual progress. I hit 1,100 trophies, and Brooks invited one of his clubmates. This made the push even better. We went on an 8-game win streak, but then unfortunately lost. This didn't stop us though, and we came back stronger than ever, eventually hitting 1,200 trophies. I crossed the 1,250 trophy mark before Brooks had to go along with his clubmate. I then finished up the push with randoms. I lost around 60 trophies, but at this point I didn't care just as long as I was above the 1150 threshold. I got 77 mastery points, which meant I hit the mastery cap and ended the day on 1,194 trophies and 19,457 mastery points, meaning tomorrow we can finish up the mastery. Before we get into day 4, you've heard me yap enough, so let me give you a brief montage of all the cool clips I got along this push. After all of this, I started the push in Brawl Ball. It wasn't going well, especially with this stupid Stu random that was going for a trick shot and terribly failed. After this, I switched over to Melody's best game mode, Heist. Now, Heist was recently reworked, having stages in order to take down the safe. I personally like this change, as it allows you to be more strategic when taking out the Heist safe. It was a shaky start, but then I got this Chuck and Eve random, and this was the start of the first big trophy increase. They kept playing again and again, and we were cruising, eventually getting back up to 1200. However, Eve left, but just as long as I had a Chuck on my team, we were able to win. With this, I was able to get up to 1300 trophies. And of course, once I'm on a hot streak, Brawl Stars throws me this match.
It was
After this tough loss, by the way, which was a 2000 Colt and 1800 Chuck. Shortly after, I had another loss, so I took a break and went to go get something to eat. When I got back, I joined Brooks and we tried the limited mode treasure hunt. We soon figured out Chuck is extremely broken because he can rob the enemy team of their treasure. After a few games, we switched to Brawl Hockey. With this, we kept plunging forward and slowly, game by game, we got one game away from mastering Melody. Here's how it went.
Oh, why do we have a Doug? Pass. Please, no! Yes!
Finally, I could go over and claim the Mastery title. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Mumbo, Bristles, and definitely Brooks for this lengthy grind. And with that, I will see you in the next one.